Welcome back everyone to Pandesal
Yes,
Talks. And
pandesal ulit tayo.
Wilson,
Yes.
today marami kang pandesal sa table because
Yes,
together we just celebrated World
Yes.
Pandesal Day a couple of days ago, right?
yes, October 16.
Diba?
every year.
So let me just, I guess, give context to our listeners.
Yes.
World Pandesal Day,
Yeah.
100K bread is
100,000
given to the
free
masses.
bread.
Free bread.
Plus,
Yep.
plus mega sardines, ano pa,
May mga
even cheese,
Wow.
free.
Okay.
Kasama.
Okay.
Yung coffee, Jim's Coffee. We also have Kingsway Ham.
Yep.
We have all kinds of, like Clara Oli, ano pa, mga fruit jams.
Okay.
All kinds of interesting,
Okay. Okay. So I think what I wanted to talk about today is,
free lahat yan.
of course, that's one of the days na gusto nating i-cover.
Yes.
Also, the fact that why are you doing this, right?
Yes.
Is this altruism? Is this giving back? CSR mo ba to sa Kamuning Bakery, right?
Very
Can you talk to us
interesting.
more about that?
Alam mo, when I bought kasi Kamuning Bakery Cafe 10 years ago, I was so surprised, pleasantly surprised. Suddenly, people kept coming back. All the customers kept coming back to the bakery. And parang sabi ko sa all the staff, out of gratitude for 80 plus years of non-stop loyalty and support to the bakery, out of 365 days, at least one day, I will donate all the sales of that bakery for one day. At that time, we are still just recovering from the past. I just took over and reviving it pa. Sabi ko, we'll give all the breads, as many as we can give, morning up to evening.
Okay.
So we did that. And then sabi ng accountant ko, my accountant told me, "Sir, you're not a tycoon, you're not a billionaire. Why are you donating and all that?" Sabi ko, you can donate and share a little naman, hindi naman big things. Even if you're not a tycoon, even if you're not a politician, out of gratitude lang. Tapos sabi ko, when I was a kid, I went to Sunday school, sometimes Sunday school. There's a cute story of a boy, a young boy. Jesus Christ was talking to thousands of people. And almost dinner time, almost afternoon na. Then the disciples said to Jesus, wala na tayong food to give to these people. There are so many people here. There are no calendaria in the neighborhood, no fast food, nothing. How can we feed all these thousands of people here? Tapos sabi ni Jesus, don't worry, have faith or something. Tapos a young boy, a humble boy, with 5 pieces of bread and 2 fishes, dinonate niya. Minultiply ni Jesus.
Yep.
So sabi ko, imagine, humble boy lang yan. So even though we are a small, humble bakery, we could give. Tapos nakakatuwa, we started giving, and every year, many customers would donate with us together. So the cheese came from Eden cheese, mega sardines. All these people, Hobby Noodles, they donated all this. San Miguel Corporation helped donated some flour and many others. Thank you to everyone. So it's a cultural and civic project. 2 purposes. Number 1, we want to honor the humble yet great Filipino national bread, pandesal, because I was delighted to discover na nagulat din yung mga politician natin when I told them, in the whole world, only us in the Philippines, we have pandesal. Many people thought all along, pandesal came from Spain. The Spaniards taught us how to bake pandesal. Actually, pandesal is a unique Filipino bread, not existent in Spain, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Argentina, Bolivia, wala. Dito lang sa Pilipinas. So, we should promote it and love it the way the French people love their baguettes. Number 1. Number 2, I chose October 16 because not only it's the World Bread Day in the Western countries, it's also World Food Day for United Nations to remind everyone about the age-old problem of hunger. Especially in the Philippines, here we live in the Philippines. I keep on reading all these estimates. There are estimates 60 to 70% of our population in the Philippines are poor. And people among the poor who really experience hunger, maybe 20 to 30% or even more. So yun, to remind ourselves, we have a lot to do with hunger pa.
Okay.
Problem.
Thank you, Wilson. And of course, congratulations to
and thank
another
you.
successful
Yes, thank
event,
you.
right? I also noticed,
Yes.
I think, in every World Pandesal Day that
Yes.
you also invite one of the politicians.
Yes, one
great service.
famous guy, yes.
So,
The first one who came here was not a politician.
okay.
Our first guest of honor was a top businessman, si Attorney Felipe Gozon,
Oh,
with a politician that I admire. At that time, Senator Sani Angara, who is now
okay.
Education Secretary, the two of them together.
Okay.
And in the afternoon,
Yeah.
Ding Dong Dantes came. So
Oh.
he was National Youth Commission
Yeah.
Commissioner
Yep.
and famous actor, three of them.
Ang
For
napunta
sure.
ko, I think, Wilson,
Yes.
I think a few years ago, VP
Yes.
Lenny Robredo also graced the event.
She was here during the time of President Duterte.
Oh.
She was Vice President and also opposition leader.
Correct. Actually, parang nga may pattern ka, right? I don't know, is it intentional that you invite the opposition politician in this event? Kasi I think just recently,
Yes.
in your World Pandesal Day, you invited VP Sara naman dito.
Yes.
So parang laging, every year ba?
Very good question.
Opposition ba habol mo?
Very good question. A lot of people were asking me,
Yeah.
Uy, are you not afraid? Are you not worried you would be identified as the opposition supporter or something? Kasi VP Sara is a political enemy and arch rival of President Bongbong Marcos and his cousin, Speaker Martin Romualdez, and the First Lady, Lisa Araneta Marcos. We are non-political. Actually, we are non-partisan at Kamuning Bakery Cafe. All our events is non-partisan, and we are actually more than non-partisan. We are very welcoming. Ibig sabihin, we do not care whether you are opposition or in government.
Okay.
As long as you are important to
Yeah.
the country,
Yeah.
as long as you have something important to share to the people, your ideas, we are very democratic and welcoming. So, si Vice President Sara Duterte, I and our staff and the bakers, they really admire, and we all admire her for the things she's doing for education before and her advocacies. So we invited her. When Leni Robredo came, she was Vice President of the Philippines. Although considered opposition to President Duterte, we also invited her because we also admire her sincerity, her charities.
Yeah.
In fact, President Bongbong Marcos, when he first came here several times, it was the presidency of his political rival also, Noynoy Aquino, was the president. So we don't choose talaga na we don't care whether you're opposition or not. We invite everyone. Even Senator Cynthia Villar was our special guest.
Yep.
Mayor Joy Belmonte. In fact, one of our special guests several years ago was Nery Colmenares, who was leader of the progressive so-called leftist political forces na red tagged by some people in the government as seditious, subversive, but we consider them progressive. We welcome everyone here to help.
Okay. Give us a closer look, Wilson. Being together with two of the most high-profile people, at least in this time, right?
Yes,
VP Lenny and VP Sara. Can you give us an overview how they are as people, di ba?
Before Senator Bongbong Marcos.
And even Senator Bongbong also.
Yes, and he was
Give us a closer view, like,
Yes.
how are they during these types of setting na puno-puno, dinudumog yung cafe mo, right? Kamusta sila?
Yes.
Are they the politicians that we read in newspapers?
They are the reason they are vice president and president of this country. They are exceptionally good politicians. They are very good. Si Vice President Sara Duterte, when she came here, the effect on the crowds, I saw her effect on the crowds. I saw her impact and charisma, not only towards the media. It was standing room only here. There are so many media, so many camera,
Yeah.
and so many people lining up outside. Record number of people lining up. She has a charisma that is almost unequaled. Si Vice President Sara Duterte, I saw her effect on the people and the way she genuinely, sincerely enjoyed mingling with the people. I was surprised. There are so many people pushing asking for a picture with her, selfie, want to shake her hand, want to touch her lang. Tapos I saw people crying. People who saw her, they would cry. A few of them became hysterical pa. Talagang sabi ko, ano to, santo ba? Talagang parang artista na parang santo na they love her. And yung staff ko, I saw the effect. And she is very good with the people. She has this common touch. She's like a movie star, charismatic person, very unique. And when she came here, during the Pandesal Forum of World Pandesal Day, her answers and conversation to the media, to me, very heartwarming, very down-to-earth, very non-politician effect. I was amazed. Her answers, like, I asked her, Ma'am, there are so many problems in this country today. There are so many political problems, flood control, corruption crisis, economic crisis, price of rice crisis, everything crisis. What is, sabi ko, maiba naman to change the topic. What about your personal crisis? What was your worst personal crisis? How did you cope with it? What can you share? Nagulat ako, for somebody who looks very young, I Googled immediately how old she was, 47 years old. Sabi niya, her crisis, aging. Nagulat ako, aging.
Like
pagkatanda.
Okay.
Nagulat ako because she doesn't look old, number one. Number two, that is one thing that everyone in the world will encounter or are encountering or struggling with or on a daily basis. I'm sure you ask your parents, your grandparents, they have to struggle with it every day, every year. It's something sad happening na not big crisis, but it's a major crisis na very interesting. Totally unexpected answer, and the way she recounted it, very unexpected. She started by saying, every morning when she takes a bath, when she shampoos daw, her hair daw.
Ang descriptive.
Nahuhulog daw. Nahuhulog daw ang hair niya. 50 daw na bibilang niya. 50 na. Nag-worry tuloy ako for her. Everybody, alam mo, you could hear the pin drop in the entire place. Ang daming media, ang daming camera, then suddenly everybody was
just listening.
Talagang you could literally hear a pin drop, the way she was narrating, the way ang galing niya magkwento.
So that's actually interesting, Wilson, right?
Yes,
yes. That time ba, nagsabi din ba sila that, ito lang yung topics na pwedeng pag-usapan, right, during this event, or hindi naman, wala namang bilin or anything?
Very interesting. Yung mga assistants niya were telling us, pwede ba na the topic would be not too long because there will be many people lining up outside. Sana daw yung talk should not be too long.
Okay.
Tapos everywhere she goes kasi, people talk about politics.
Okay.
Everywhere she goes, people ask about politics.
Siyempre. Right?
So mga assistants niya will say, baka this session would be less on politics and more about your event.
Yeah.
More about the bread, about food, about...
And then, like your question, you're asking her personal life, right?
But surprisingly, when the media kept on raising their hands, sabi ko, I could not accommodate all this media. They came all the way here.
Siyempre, tanong nila politika.
Yes. So I asked her, and in fairness to her, walang problema siya. Wala siyang prepared questions, walang wala siyang sinabi, walang question na ganyan, wala naman. And I was surprised, like, she was telling very personal stories that could relate to everyone.
Okay.
I think I could see why she is so popular and why the father is very popular. Number one, they come across as very authentic.
They speak the language.
They speak the language of every ordinary person.
Okay.
They don't parang speak over you. Parang some politicians, when they talk, parang they're reciting something to the... they're really,
Okay.
And iba effect, I don't know how to describe it eh. Yung charisma, the word charisma, meron siyang X factor. If there's an election today for any position, landslide siya. Amazing charisma.
Okay.
Si Vice President Leni Robredo naman, when
did she visit? Like
she came also during the World Pandesal Day.
Okay, that's like 2 I guess, ilang years? 4 years ago? No?
when she won.
Okay. Oh,
When
on
she
the year she won. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
on the
Matagal na pala.
When
Okay.
the year she won, she came here. But before she won, she was also here.
Okay.
And she's a customer. We admire Vice President Leni Robredo, now the mayor of Naga City. Very nice person, very pleasant, very sincere, very talagang, anong tayo sa Tagalog? Walang masamang tinapay ba tawag doon?
Is it
Talagang-
very motherly, would you say?
Very kind, very
Okay.
motherly. And I could not forget, she also recounted stories about her life that people do not report about too much. Sayang. Like, I could not forget one thing kinento niya here at World Pandesal Day of Kamuning Bakery Cafe. Sabi ni Vice President Leni Robredo, one thing that I could not erase from memory, she said when she was pregnant, she was a volunteer lawyer for poor fishermen in the provinces. And she had to go there and with the fishermen, and she is reminded of our bakers kasi before everyone wakes up in the morning, she was the fishermen had to wake up already.
Okay.
She was with them.
Okay.
She was helping them, assisting people who are. She was not a politician yet. She was already concerned for ordinary people, helping them. You could see that she is very sincere and very good person.
Okay.
So she is one politician who will be good for the country. Talaga. Very good.
Okay. I wanna get into siguro yung
I forgot to add.
sige.
When Bongbong Marcos came here, he was still an opposition senator. A lot of people came among the media, so many, because he said he was going to announce a major political plan. He will announce his run for the vice president here. And one thing I could not forget about his coming here, which some of his supporters used pa yung video, came out 3 years ago during the campaign. It was circulating everywhere. Of Bongbong Marcos dipping pandesal
Wow.
in coffee, in hot coffee, pandesal, eating while talking about politics. Very interesting.
I think that's a nice metaphor because,
Yes.
diba?
And not only that, very unique for President Bongbong Marcos. Ever since I don't see him already for 2.5 hours, he talked to the media about anything and everything, any questions. And in fairness to President Bongbong Marcos, I think one positive trait about that person, that leader, he is not picon. Or at least he doesn't show people he is mad or angry. During that 2.5 hour session, there were journalists who seemed to be more activists than journalists, asking him all kinds of controversial questions about hidden wealth, human rights, martial law, all kinds of things that it was almost inquisitorial. It was like, some of the questions, are not all, some of the questions, very heated.
Pinoprovoke, no? No?
Yes.
Medyo may, ano,
And it was like a courtroom. You know, it's like a courtroom. Are you sure? Are you? It's like parang prosecutor. And in fairness to President Bongbong Marcos, yun ang sad about the situation now, that he seems to be insulated from the media, from freewheeling discussions. He could handle it.
okay.
He could handle it. And I could see in his face, he was beside me. He was seated beside me. He was to my right. He seemed frustrated by the questions kasi he has been answering for 30 plus years. Pero he seemed exasperated sometimes. Pero he continued and hindi niya pinakita galit siya. He did not see. But generally, most of the questions were okay.
Politiko talaga, no?
Yes, and I try to, as a moderator, it is my duty to moderate talaga.
Yeah.
Like, sumobra na, sorry that was already asked once or twice already, or our focus here is about the economy
Okay.
or about others.
Okay.
Very fascinating, but no wonder these three politicians are so popular in their own time, in their height at that time, and their peak.
Okay.
Especially Vice President Sara Duterte.
Okay.
They know how to handle
All right.
the
I think
public.
I I wanted to ask Wilson, from your point of view as a
Yes.
businessman naman, being
Yes.
the person that holds World Pandesal Day every
Yes.
year, right?
Yes, yes.
What is the rationale, no, behind why you always want at least one politician to grace these events? Like, besides, I guess, the
Yes.
obvious foot traffic,
Yes,
diba?
yes, yes.
Ano ba?
It's not only politicians.
Mga pala businessman din.
Celebrity.
Correct. Or celebrity.
It's a-
Yep.
Because I wanted to highlight the importance of pandesal. I want to honor it as a national bread.
Okay.
It is an unofficial national bread of the Philippines.
Okay.
So I want to give honor to our Filipino bread, unique to the Philippines, pandesal, and to honor all the panaderos of the Philippines. And by having a VIP come to do this event,
Yeah.
it's to really highlight pandesal. Kasi I saw sa France the way they highlight and brag about their baguette.
Yep. I actually saw some ripple effect already, Wilson,
Yes.
because I've been seeing you actually reposting that some brands are actually celebrating World Pandesal Day, di ba?
Yes, I had not yet posted everything. Ang dami.
San Miguel, San Miguel Food Corp. Yep.
Food, Mega Sardines, what is this foreign peanut butter? Nutella.
Oh, wow.
Nutella kept on World Pandesal Day. Even Pande Manila, technically our competitor, but there are many branches. We are only one branch. Even Balay Pandesal, even Goldilocks, all these bakeries everywhere, not only here, even in Europe, in Canada, in London, in
Yeah.
America, they participate. Nakalagay doon, World
Galing,
Pandesal
no?
Day.
I think that's your contribution culturally then,
Yes.
Wilson, right? I would like to
Yes.
think you maybe perhaps is the one that started it
Yes,
here in the Philippines.
yes, yes.
Ngayon, even
Everyone-
Nutella,
yes.
global brand yun,
Yes,
ha?
yes. Nakita ko Nutella. Ulit, natutuwa. Even Mondelez.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
These foreign brands.
Okay, okay. Thank you. I think, Wilson, one more
Yes.
among your highlight in World Pandesal Day
Yes.
is that I think you would be donating a public school building as part of your pledge, right? I don't
Yes.
know if this is a yearly thing, baka ngayon lang to. Pero
very
can you
good
tell us
question.
about that, ano?
Very good question.
Yeah.
Ever since I bought Kamuning Bakery Cafe the land and took over the business and revived it, I promised the staff and to myself and everyone, we will donate one public school every year. Every year, one public school minimum. A rural public school building, 2 classrooms in a very poor area of the Philippines every year. We have been doing it for the past years.
Grabe,
And this year, instead of looking for an area, I read the news Mindanao had been hit by earthquake, Cebu also.
Okay.
So I asked the Vice President Sara Duterte, can we donate our public school through the recommendation of your office? We're in Davao region, we're in the provinces of Davao, hard hit.
Okay.
Mario, you recommend,
Okay.
then we will donate there.
Okay.
And she said yes.
Wow.
So
How does that work? Like, you give I guess,
she
the
will
lote,
just
the building, or ikaw rin nagpapatayo nung...
The lote comes from, there should be a public school in that area already. There should
Okay.
be a public school already, and they have a land.
Okay.
And the problem of the Philippines, unfortunately, Lance, because many of our politicians are almost conscienceless and shameless in stealing money of the government and corruption. There's a perennial problem in the Philippines of lack of classrooms. All over the country, there are many public schools with lack of classrooms. So I don't know how students jump pack in those classrooms. I heard stories in Metro Manila. My driver said some public schools in Metro Manila before, I don't know that situation now, sometimes 3 sessions in one day. 3 sets of students using the same classroom. Some people studying at night, some people early morning. So it's our humble contribution to solve the problem of poverty and inequality.
Okay.
It's a perennial problem. So how it's done? We will look for a place somewhere in the province with an existing public school. They usually have land.
Okay.
They usually lack of classrooms. Then, kung okay that area, we will coordinate with the local Filipino-Chinese Chamber of Commerce
Okay.
as our partner to be the contractor. We will donate money to
Okay.
them. and the Filipino-Chinese Chamber
Sila na magpapatayo.
in Leyte, in Samar, in Pangasinan, they will be the one to look for a contractor, give a quotation to us. We will give them the money. They will build it and turn over to the local public school to be part of the government public school system.
That's good. At least yung
Yes.
contractor, it's
Fine.
within in this organization that you actually trust, right?
Yes,
Hindi
this
hindi
is
ba siya
the-
complete turnover?
Yes, this is the Federation of Filipino-Chinese
okay.
Chambers of Commerce and Industry, Inc., or FFCCCII.
Pangalan. Okay.
They had this very unique project called Operation Barrio Schools. They had been donating schools every year nationwide.
Yeah.
They encourage all the ethnic Chinese entrepreneurs in the Philippines, from the tycoons to small business people like our bakery, to donate through them. Then they will coordinate where and approved by the donor. Then they will build for you at half the cost of DPWH construction cost. At half or
Okay.
lower.
Okay.
And better quality public schools.
Do you actually expect, Wilson, kunwari nagdo-donate ka ng mga buildings na to, do you
Yes.
expect to have at least some semblance of reports years after now, nagagamit na ba ng mga estudyante?
I will tell you already.
Ilan ang graduate yun?
I will tell you a
Right?
very sad story. I hope the government system will change. Alam mo, before the pandemic, Kamuning Bakery Cafe donated a public school to Balanghiga.
Yeah, that I remember. Yep.
It's a town in Eastern Samar, third or fourth class municipality. So we donated there. And when we donated, the alumni of the school, I forget the name of the school in Balanghiga, the public school.
Yeah.
The alumni in Balanghiga and some in America and Canada, Balikbayan, they pulled their own money. So we donated a building with 2 classrooms. They added 1 classroom para
Wow.
tatlo na.
Wow.
So nag-donate kami with the alumni na Balikbayan, US and Canada. So it's 3 classroom. So when we donated it, then nagka-pandemic. During the pandemic, ginawa nilang
Shelter?
quarantine place.
Okay,
They
yeah.
need it as a quarantine place for people who are sick. Tapos, I don't know what happened. In just 3-4 years, not yet officially turned over. Wala pang ceremony. Pero it's already there. We already gave it to them. They keep calling na may sira na daw, ganyan-ganyan.
Wait, but sila tumatawag sa'yo, binigay mo na nga. Like,
Yun
they expect you to maintain it too?
Usually, everywhere in the world, when you donate something, it's the institution already that.
Yeah.
Example, 200-300 years ago, when John Harbard, a businessman, donated something to a college, the college was so happy, changed the name of the university to Harvard College, then naging Harvard University. After 200-300 years, they don't keep going back to the donor. Uy, we need money for the roof. We need money.
Oh, binigyan
It's
ka
already
na nga.
finished
Correct.
now already. Then recently they keep saying na there's no money to repair now. So I had to donate another amount, almost half the amount of construction or
Grabe.
more to repair what happened. Their typhoon area kasi.
Yeah.
I hope our Department of Education, it's not their fault. It's actually the Department of Public Works and Highways who builds and maintains all these buildings. I hope they will maintain the donated buildings well.
Yeah. Okay. Sige. I think yung,
Yes.
I don't know, nakaka-dishearten ba, right?
Yes.
Every year, you try to put in this altruistic thing to do, and yet,
I hope.
here you are,
Yes, I hope they
people
will not.
calling you again.
Yun nga eh. I hope that happened in Eastern Samar. I hope it will happen. We also turned over a donation to Calasiao,
Yeah.
Pangasinan,
Yep.
in Barangay Dinalawan. Dinalawan Elementary School. That's where the best photo of Calasiao is made.
Okay.
In the whole Calasiao, Barangay Dinalawan beside Agno River has the best photo in the Philippines. It's
Okay.
the water of the area. And
Okay.
we donated also to the farthest rural barangay of Tarlac
Meron din sa
City,
Tarlac, correct.
We donated also last year.
Okay.
And
Okay.
we have many naka-line up 10 more.
Actually, Wilson, isa rin sa...
And by the way, Lance, I forgot. For all those people listening, if you have very unique places in the rural areas where there is an existing public school with problems of lacking classrooms or school building, please come to Kamuning Bakery, give us the details, or write us, message me, Wilson E. Flores. We will consider anywhere in the Philippines. We like rural, ignored, neglected areas. We will donate every year.
This FFCCII, magbibigay ba to ng reports man lang to those na nag-donors na napatayo nyo na?
Very good ang FFCCII. They're very good. They're very efficient. What they do, they not only report before turn over to the government, they will invite the donor to go to that area, and there will be a ceremony to turn over. And there's a deed of donation. You sign it, you give it off.
Para official, no?
Yes, and it's already the property of the government.
Okay.
So I hope they take care of the donation.
Okay. Wilson, you've been a chairman of Anvil before. You've also been a member of FFCCII.
Yes.
Take us through the room where you guys decide how to donate, to whom will you donate, and what infrastructure will you donate.
Yes.
Anong mga discussion points nyo doon? Anong pinaka-importante sa inyo?
Ang priority ng FFCCII, the Filipino-Chinese Chamber of Commerce, is to help the neglected, economically neglected areas in the Philippines, because it is the consensus of the community that you cannot prosper as an island. Hindi pwede ikaw lang yung mayaman or doing well.
Okay.
Because business people need a lot of customers. All the countrymen natin, all the fellow citizens of the Philippines are your customers. And if the whole country is suffering from high inflation, no job opportunities, you have to keep sending people abroad to get a better life, it's bad for the economy, it's bad for business, it's bad for social, political stability. So one of the priorities is donating public schools. And it's up to the donor to recommend. Like, the donors, like example, you're a businessman from Pangasinan, or you're a businessman in Quezon City, but you have a factory in Bacolod. You can donate there. You can donate in the neighborhood where you have a factory, or where you have contacts, or there's a need. Kahit na wala kang business in that area, yun ang priority. How to be able to have social impact. And through the years, they have discovered if you keep donating money to the poor, it will just be gone or lost lang, or you can feed the person 1 day, 2 days, 1 week only. But there's a very famous Chinese saying, I think maybe Confucius said it, if you give a poor person, fish 1 day, 2 days, 3 days only, you can feed the person. But if you can teach the person how to fish, he will be self-sufficient already and fed already.
Bible din yun,
Whole life, parang ganyan.
Bible din,
So that's the principle of the donation of schools. Because we believe, many of the ethnic Chinese community members believe, if you provide young people, even if poor families sila, the equal access to good quality public education, you liberate their future, you liberate their minds.
Good idea.
You can make them free from poverty na whole life. You don't have to keep donating money every month, every year to hindi na pensionado. You don't need ayuda. The best ayuda, the best regalo is education and opportunity.
Parang it breaks the cycle, no?
Yes, the vicious cycle of poverty, injustice, joblessness, and frustration. You create virtuous cycle by donating in a very smarter way. Hopefully, in a wiser way.
For the
Chinese culture, you will go anywhere in the world if there's a Chinese community. The obsession of Chinese communities worldwide, priority is education. If a person is an immigrant, kahit na limited funds, limited income, they will spend everything and invest everything on the children's education. Everything for the education. So when your community is already okay, already middle class, you want naman the whole country. Last week, the 2 children of John Gokongwei Jr. interviewed me for a video also about their father. And one question they asked me, how come their father is so concerned about the economy of the whole country? Why not be concerned lang only with their own business?
Negosyo mo,
You're doing well. Now, Why is the father always talking to me about the fate of the Philippines, whether we are losing out to neighbors, whether the economy is not really doing well or not? Sabi ko, the point of view of people like Mr. John Gocoy Jr., me, and many other people, if the whole Philippines is not progressing, if the masses, if our fellow citizens are not really getting richer, there's something wrong with the future. You cannot be rich in isolation. You cannot really have world-class companies because your customers are struggling. Your customers had to send their best children to go to Europe, Middle East, to work, to Hong Kong. There are not enough jobs in the country. There's not enough wealth in this country, only with a few people who are elite and middle class.
Yeah.
There's a problem.
Medyo similar to YRC actually, diba, mentioned that he will try to help solve the flood control project, diba?
Yes, yes. He also
Kasi
said that.
wala eh. Kung ito, lahat ng tao nahihirapan, paano rin uunlad mga
Yes.
negosyo nila, right?
The economy will be bad.
Correct, correct. Wilson, I want to
Yes.
talk to the business owners na nakikinig sa
Yes.
podcast din natin, right? Of course,
Yes.
with CSR comes, technically cost siya sa kumpanya din, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
Binibigay mo to, syempre, maganda, you use
Yes,
the society,
yes, yes.
but this is cost, right?
Yes,
So my
yes.
question is, as a business owner, meron bang kahit good PR that comes with it naman, that reflects back to the company, no? Na,
Yes,
alam mo, they can, you know,
I believe so. I
maybe
believe so.
the finance people that
Yes,
are accounting
I
for,
believe so.
we spent $1 million for this.
Yes, yes.
Sulit ba to para sa kumpanya?
Very good. There is positive PR side on it. But more than that, I am Christian. I'm not a Buddhist. But there's a Buddhist and Taoist concept that I think should also apply to Christianity. We just don't have a word for it. The Buddhists called it karma. So the Buddhist, I have an uncle who is a very devout Buddhist. Sabi niya, when you do good things, daw, it's a good karma. Daw, it's good for you, good for your family. It will be good for your company and even good for your future generations.
Okay.
I believe it is also Christian. There's no word for it in Christianity na when you do something good, somehow, somewhere in the future, it will come back good for you. I think that's also one motivation for many Chinese. Pero basically, you have to do some positive thing.
Okay.
Kasi especially now in the country, we have so much negativity, so much controversy about
Araw-araw.
stealing
Araw-araw.
public money, stealing of taxpayers' money, trillions, more than 1 trillion pesos stolen for flood control projects. Can you imagine how many poor people can be fed? How many pandesal can be given away free? How many public schools could be given away for that 1 trillion pesos of supposedly stolen flood control post projects?
Okay. I'd like to close the episode, Wilson, with, I guess this, if you have the chance to talk to our business owners listening,
Yes.
right? They might be small pa, maybe not
Yes.
yet as big as Kamaning Bakery,
Yes,
can't
yes.
do 100,000 in a day, right?
Yes.
Anong tip mo for them to start, at least giving back and to apply this good karma to everyone?
Yes, ang feeling ko lang na it's nice to share even though it's not big. I'm not a very devout Christian. I'm a regular Christian. There's another story in the Bible about a widow who was not very rich but donating very little money. Pero Jesus Christ said, that person very little donation, that widow, but she is more sincere than the rich person donating. So it doesn't matter whether it's big or small money. It's the thought that counts. Parang gift, the birthday gift. I could give you a small, simple birthday gift only, a handwritten birthday card gift lang. But I believe it's the thought that counts, number one, the sincerity. And there's another Chinese saying that I like very much. Instead of cursing the darkness, better to light a candle. It is better to light a candle than to curse the darkness.
Kahit maliit, di ba? Kahit maliit.
Oh, in darkness, the entire place is very dark. Everybody quarreling, everybody trying to put down everybody by claiming. So doing something good is like lighting a candle instead of cursing the darkness. It's a very nice Chinese saying that I believe in sincerely.
Okay.
Everyone can do that.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Wilson Flores, again
Thank
for
you,
another
thank you.
episode of Pandesal Talks.
Thank you, thank
and
you.
please tune in to World Pandesal Days videos, recaps, and whatnot. Now, thank you, Sir Wilson.
Thank you.